Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Irfan, and today our topic is how has the mobile phone changed our lives. And he's my partner.
Yeah, my name is Israel Essien. I'm a student of graduate diploma, international relations. And today we would like to talk about how mobile phones has changed the way we communicate in our life. The structure of this presentation has been divided into 4 sections. There's the introduction, the main points, the conclusion, and the referencing. But we would like to give a brief history on how communication was like before the advent of mobile phones. As you can see in the display, before 1940, what was used mainly for communication was radio transceivers. This means of communication was just a one-way communication whereby you could only get information through radio, and you couldn't get a feedback from the people you are sending this information to. But from the 1940s, there had been a major breakthrough in the way we communicate. Motorola was the first company that introduced the walkie-talkie to the U.S. military, which was used in the Civil War, the Second World War. And one disadvantage of this means of communication, despite it was a two-way communication whereby you could easily get a feedback, was that it was bulky. As you can see, it's very, very heavy, almost the size of his arm, and there was no continuity in communication. When I mean continuity in communication is that you are only limited to your base station. You could only receive signals from your base station. You don't receive calls, or you won't be able to communicate with the second partner when you leave your base station. And if we were existing at that point in time, you find out that it will be very difficult for us to communicate freely. Well, thankfully to Motorola again, in 1983, they developed another set of mobile phone where it was, like you can see, an analog mobile phone. The breakthrough here was that we could dial numbers and receive calls at the same time. Like you can see, he was trying to test his phone, but the advantage here was that he was able to establish his name across in the field of mobile telecommunication. Then we look at now presently we have new phones, and the era of mobile technology has been divided into different categories. We have the first G, the second G, the third G, and the fourth G. That's the first generation, second, third, and fourth generation phone. But presently we are into the fourth generation of mobile phone technology. Why I omitted the other section, that's the second and the third, was that it's not really important because most of the features we have in the second and the third G phones are already in the fourth G. Whereby in the present era, like in the first G, you only had a voice communication. There was no data transfer, like you can see. And now it leaves us where we ask this question. That's our test question: has mobile phone changed the way we communicate? Going on to the next slide, we would discuss. Our outline has been broken down into 4 important ways. We have so many ways which mobile phone has changed the way we communicate, but we will only concentrate on 4, which is it helps us to stay connected anywhere and anytime. It enhances our business, quick data transfer, navigation in our hand. At this point in time, I would invite my colleague to take us through the main points which mobile phone has changed the way we communicate. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Israel. If we look at the picture, this is the most basic and beneficial way of communicating, and almost everybody use this. We can call to our families and friends throughout the world, whether they live 7 seas far. It is very basic, and we can connect to them very easily. Those were days when we have to stay in the queues to make international and local calls. And that was a very difficult time to communicate with your loved ones. But now it is very easy to communicate with the family. And sometimes, let's suppose sometimes we have conditions, we cannot call to our families directly. Then we can simply send them an SMS. And when SMS was invented, the makers of SMS were not sure that it will work. I mean to say that when people can simply call their family and loved ones directly, why somebody would bother to type a message? But surprisingly, nowadays this is the most widely used service in the world. And in case of emergencies, like let's suppose, imagine you are stuck in the traffic jam and you are not able to move, and you are getting late for a meeting, or you have to go somewhere and that is very important. You can simply ask for help with the use of mobile phone. Let's move to the other point. And mobile phone has a great impact on our business as well. You can simply communicate with your employees and get to know about the crucial information of your business. In present world, many people are related to the trading and stock exchange business. With the help of mobile phone, and you can get the latest updates from the local and international markets. Let's move to the other perspective of mobile. Mobile phones are constantly being upgraded with new technologies, and the recent mobile phones are equipped with the infrared and Bluetooth technology. We can transfer our pictures, music, video, and many business data from one device to another just because of infrared and Bluetooth. Let's move to the fourth point. This is really a very helpful and beneficial method. Today's mobile phones are equipped with navigation systems and GPRS system, and actually we never get lost. It is quite amazing, and just imagine that you get the directions each and every nook and corner, where you are going exactly. So this is very helpful feature of advanced and modern mobile phones. I would like to conclude my presentation with these words. Mobile phones has really changed the way we communicate, and it has a great influence on our daily lives. It is quite cheap and affordable, and millions of users are able to use that. Our recommendation is that mobile phones companies and producers should consider the health implications related to the mobile phone users while producing phones, because they produce radioactive frequencies which are quite harmful to health. Thank you very much, and I would like to ask Mr. Israel to come, and if you have any feedback and questions, we will be glad to answer.
Well, it's a very difficult question. Who invited the first mobile phone by Motorola?
Yeah, actually, the man's name is not Motorola. Motorola is a company. Very good question. But the company's name is Motorola. Actually, there are several companies that were in the race to produce the first mobile phone, as in the breakthrough. I think after Motorola, it was Nokia that was the second company that had the breakthrough. It was a success, a huge one. Thank you. Any other questions?
What would you say about the disadvantages of the cell phone?
Sorry, please can you come again?
Disadvantages.
Okay, cell phone has many disadvantages. Like my colleague was trying to give a recommendation towards the end. It has serious health implications, and secondly, there are laws which different governments in some countries, you don't receive or make calls while you're driving because it could cause accidents. So there are so many disadvantages, but our topic, we never really wanted to concentrate on advantages and disadvantages because that's what everybody keeps talking about. Rather, we wanted to compare or show you what it looked like, how people were communicating in the past, and what benefits mobile phone has introduced in our life in the present. That was just what we wanted to put across to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
More questions? Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.